While the Cameron's vanguard roared their battle cries in Santa Ana, another crucible of power was heating up miles away at James Games. Chaos had stepped foot into the arcade looking to sharpen his edge, slowly easing into the brutal rhythm of the local scene. It didn't take long for him to find his footing, striking up a fierce camaraderie with Dark Prince and Mike Chaos. Together, the trio formed an inseparable training unit. They started from the basics, drilling defensive blocks, parsing frame data, and mapping out spacing, before escalating into high-intensity, round-the-clock sparring sessions. Day after day, they battered each other with rapid-fire combos and mind games, pushing one another past their previous limits until their execution became razor-sharp. The Regency Exchange and the Clockwork Drift. Across town at Regency, Reggie was undergoing a parallel evolution, grinding out grueling sets and trading tech with the local masters. The West Coast Underground was a web of shared knowledge, and fighters constantly crossed paths to steal a technique or test new strategies. Clockwork, the spatial rift specialist from Regency, frequently made the trek over to James Games as well, dropping in every once in a while to test Chaos, Dark Prince, and Mike Chaos against top-tier spatial mix-ups, keeping everyone on their toes. The visit of Blockable Laser. In the middle of a heavy afternoon sparring set, the heavy glass door of James Games swung open. Stepping into the neon-lit haze was Blockable Laser, a seasoned veteran of the old-school arcade era. He walked straight up to Chaos, leaning against a cabinet as the screen flashed "CO" in bright, glowing letters. "I heard about what went down at the Ridge," Blockable Laser said, eyeing Chaos and the crew. "Everybody's talking about the fallback. You good with Duck Vader and the leadership after everything that happened? How are we holding up after losing that massive battle to the East Coast?" Chaos wiped the sweat from his forehead, powering down his stick with a calm, unshakable grin. "Don't worry about it," Chaos replied steadily, looking around the packed arcade where players were grinding matches at every single cabinet. "We lost the battle on the mountain, sure, but we're not losing the war. Everybody across the state is in deep training right now. Regency, Cameron's, James Games, all of us. We're rebuilding stronger, smarter, and deadlier." Chaos cracked his knuckles, staring toward the horizon where the East Coast Syndicate sat comfortably on their stolen throne. "Let them enjoy the crown for now," Chaos added. "We're going to triumph the second everyone is ready."